Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's Unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media. And we're going to start with this. I'm so excited for this. WrestleBuzz, thank you. This is for us. Yeah, this really is for us. I'm really excited by this because WrestleMania IX, it's the first WrestleMania that I watched when I was young. I never went to the show, but I saw the whole builds. I saw the match card come together. I was excited for it. I couldn't wait to find out what had happened. We didn't have the money to buy the show, but my uncle did, and he recorded it. And so I had to wait a week till I got the videotape. And it's such a magical time. Honestly, when you first get into wrestling, because I don't know how long I'd been into wrestling by that point, probably about 6 months, something like that. But yeah, this was my first WrestleMania, and it was a bonkers show. I mean, even now it's regarded as the worst WrestleMania, but at the time when you're a kid, you love everything. I couldn't wait to see what was going to happen with Doink. I couldn't wait to see if Hogan was going to become tag champ. I couldn't wait to see if Bret Hart could beat Yokozuna. I couldn't wait to see what was going to happen with Giant Gonzalez and Undertaker. This is bonkers. It's not regarded as a great WrestleMania, but it's one that means a lot to me. So a documentary is dropping on Peacock in the next few weeks, which is going to see the story of WrestleMania IX unfold. The documentary will be titled Becoming a Spectacle. That news coming from WrestleVotes Radio, so really looking forward to that. Mackenzie, shout out to you. So yeah, this is Lillian's replacement. This is one of the major stories today, maybe the biggest story today. The new SmackDown ring announcer is Mark Shunock. Now, I don't know him at all, but apparently he has done a lot of work with Top Rank Boxing on ESPN, VP of Entertainment and in-arena host for the Vegas Golden Knights, and he's also the in-arena host for the Las Vegas Raiders, so lots of experience. I've got to think that he is up for this job, right? I've got to think that he's got a reputation of being a really good announcer. I don't know him, so I can't sit here and give you my personal opinion as to whether this is a good or a bad hire, but I've got to think it's a good hire because he's got a good resume. They could have gone and got anyone that wanted the job, and they've decided this is the man for them. I do agree, though, that Mike Rome down in NXT is probably a bit gutted, because, he was probably thinking he stood a chance of returning to the main roster when he heard that Lillian Garcia was stepping away. But just like how WWE went external to go and get Joe for commentary, they've done the exact same here. They've gone external to get this Mark Shunock guy. And yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. He did have a few words to say. So Wendy Lucho, thank you. So Mark Shunock says, stepping into a new ring with WWE, thrilled to join Friday Night SmackDown. Mark Nash will see you tomorrow night at the O2. So he's starting straight away. He's going to be on SmackDown this week. So yeah, big development. That was a huge story today. Okay, then we had this news as well. WWE is set to bring back the Evolution PLE this summer. That news had circulated before, but the return of this event, which is an all-women's PLE, is expected to be officially announced before WrestleMania. That's big. That's big. So we're not getting the show before WrestleMania, but the announcement of the show should be very, very soon. This is the all-women's PLE. We've done one before. Didn't get great viewership, but we're in a much stronger place now with the women's division and the women in NXT, and there's just so many great female wrestlers now that I'm so down for this. So very exciting news. So Christopher, thank you. This is really good. Joey, shout out to you. Really well spotted. I am confused by this, though, and we're going to walk through it. So CM Chunk, thank you, my friends. This is an excellent spot. So before his heel turn, the You Can't See Me logo had the C behind the cross, right? So you can see the blue line going over the top of the C, like you can't see me, okay? But now it's in front. Now, it's hard to see on this image, right, if it is, but it feels like it is. And I've actually gone and had a look at other images, and it is. The C is in front, right? Referencing you can see me. So here, you can't see me, right? You can't see me. And now that he's turned heel, you can see me. Because that line is not in front of the C. So, excellent by Joey. I've not seen anyone else talking about this. I didn't notice that, right? But I'm confused because in my mind, I remembered this. So this only dropped a couple of days ago, and it's based on something he said in one of his heel promos. So he said he was going to leave with the belts, and he was going to be the last real champion. He was going to ruin wrestling. He was going to take the title and he was going to leave. And then WWE would have to create a brand new title, which doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have like the history behind it. And John's going to ruin wrestling, right? So this shirt is based on a heel promo that he cut the other day. But look at the C. It's behind the line. So if this is a new thing that they're doing, why have they not done it there on the shirt? On this newer shirt. This is updated merch, last real champion, based on that promo. So I was very confused. So then I had a look here to see, was it just a one-off cap for that Scotland collection? And it isn't. It does look like the C is in front of the thing. So if I can just go full screen. And let's whoosh this over a little bit so that we can see it better. There, you can just see the C. It's really hard to see, but the C is in front of the line. It is in front of the line, even on the collection video. So I'm like, I just don't get this. I just really don't get this. And then I thought, right, let's have a look at the London collection, because we haven't even seen that yet, right? So let's have a look at that. And it's behind the line. Look, it's behind the line again. This one's gone back behind the line. What the hell's going on? What is going on? Honestly, it's got me to the point. It's got me to the point where the only merch where the C is in front is this one. This is the only item. This is the only merch where I'd really be interested to know if it was in front or behind on the socks. That would be interesting to know. I wonder if I can search that, actually. I wonder if I go to Euroshop and have a look at the socks. Is the C on the socks in front or behind? On the London socks, I think it is normal. You can't see me, right? We do actually have the socks, but I bet that's the only image. Is that the only image? Oh no, but I can see enough to see it's behind. It's behind. There's just enough that you can see there that the yellow C goes behind. I know you're probably watching this thinking this is mental. Why are we doing this? But we're doing this because that is in front. And Joey's theory is that they're now changing it to you can see me, right? So this is going to gain traction. This is going to do the rounds. You're going to have people saying, God, that's so clever, blah, 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 blah. I actually currently sitting here and thinking they botched the hat. That is obviously what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they botched the hat. Because if that is something they're going to start doing, and they should start doing that, by the way, you couldn't see him before, but you can see him now, then why haven't they done it on the new shirt? Why is it that we've just checked the socks in the same collection and it's behind on the socks? Why is it on the new merch that we haven't even seen yet? This is the London collection. Obviously, we're in London for SmackDown and for Raw. Why is it that it is behind the C on that? The math don't math, right? The math ain't mathing. So I can only come to the conclusion that they botched the caps. I can only come to the conclusion that they did the red bit first, then they did the C, and that's why the C is on top rather than being underneath. That's all I can think. Unless they're starting to do it, and that at the moment is the only item that they've done it for. But that would be crazy, wouldn't it? Why would that random cap be the only item that they've done it for? So, yeah, a little bit of a dig into this, but I think it's well worth doing. So I saw this tweet and I thought it was excellent. But this is why you should never put things like it's all in the small details, right? Because it is in the small details, and the small details seem to be suggesting that this thing is botched. That's what the small details are suggesting to me, right? That kind of it's all in the small details is the same sort of we should have known all along kind of messaging, which I really hate. I really hate when people type that. We should have seen this all along. But anyway, there we go. A very interesting walk. And I don't know if this will gain traction and blow up. It's the kind of thing that I think would. But, yeah, I think the cap was botched. Right, backstage WWE rumors and title matches. So this is interesting. So we've got a very interesting match for the Intercontinental Championship being reported. Apparently we're looking at a fatal four-way of Braun versus Penta versus Finn versus Dominic. So don't know that it's going to be a ladder match, but at the moment it looks like it's heading to a fatal four-way. And actually I think that was reported by Fightful. So let's have a little look. If we go full screen, just go down. So Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select. We now know from the match what the IC match will be. The working plan for Balor Breaker is that it's going to be Bron Breakker versus Penta versus Finn versus Dominic. So there we go. So a multi-person match, a fatal four-way match for the Intercontinental Championship is the working plan at the moment. As well as that, this was really interesting. So Baron Corbin kind of went off a bit on Logan. He said, look, I like how hard he works. Like, they actually were flying people over to Puerto Rico to train with him and kind of put matches together with him. But he didn't come through the indies. He's literally skipped all of that. He's got where he is because of the viewers. And I mean, look, it's all the stuff we say as well. It's all the stuff we know. It's all the stuff that we kind of criticize him for as well. But it's just kind of interesting to hear a former WWE superstar saying it. And to hear they have the same frustrations. You know, he was saying that, you know, the spot that Logan's got, there's lots of people that have worked harder within the wrestling world to kind of have that position. And he just comes in because of the audience he's built elsewhere to kind of be in that position. So I don't think he was being funny with it. He was just being asked, like, what's the locker room vibe on Logan? How do people feel about him? And he was kind of like, it's 50-50. Some people, if they're at the top, don't feel threatened. It's probably good for their exposure. So people like Seth seem to be on board with him. But then there's, you know, a lot of guys that are still trying to climb that ladder. And this is like an extra obstacle that is now in their way. And yeah, I suppose, you know, it's part of the game, isn't it? It's the same issue that Corey Graves faces. So, you know, it is part of the game. WWE star makes TNA in-ring debut in title match. So JC Jane was in action on TNA, taking on Masha Slamovich. Unfortunately, JC Jane would fall short. As well as that, Gigi and Tatum took on Heather and Ash by Elegance. I was trying to think who it was, but it was Heather and Ash by Elegance. They fell short as well. So, bit of a bad night for NXT talent in TNA. Here we've got this. So Kevin Owens said, I had arguments with people in charge before. This happened 3 weeks ago. They're gonna remember, and they would say, no, they won't. I would say, yes, they will. You're insulting their intelligence by pretending that they won't. Obviously, Triple H does not think like that. He knows that fans remember, and he applies it and he uses it. It makes the product way better, in my opinion. So this is Kevin talking, right, to Unlikely with Adrian Hernandez. And they're talking about the differences between the old regime and the new regime. So Kevin Owens says WWE's former management didn't trust fans to remember storylines, but it is much better in the Triple H era. So it's kind of an interesting insight. Okay, a couple of things. Obviously, we know we've got Punk, Roman, and Seth contract signing for SmackDown. But as well as that, we've got a couple of championship matches. Pretty deadly, going up against the Street Profits. Little bit messy, to be honest, because are these guys faces or heels? Are these guys faces or heels? Does anyone really know? I sort of feel like in London, these guys are from England, so these guys are probably going to be the faces and these guys are going to be the heels, but we could, in a few weeks' time, do this same match and it could be the other way round. So it's going to be a little bit weird, but I'm expecting these guys to get some good support. They're obviously from the UK. Then we've also got Braun Strowman, who looks thrilled in this picture, taking on LA Knights on SmackDown. So get ready for 2 huge championship matches tomorrow on SmackDown. Plus Roman, Seth, Punk, contract signing, and Roman is London bound. So there we go. Roman Reigns on his way. And talking of Roman, this is a really good reminder, okay? So in 2024, there was a backstage moment with Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa. And I think Solo was kind of having a bit of trouble with Punk. And actually, we had Paul Heyman going up to Solo, and he says there's a couple of things Roman said before he left. And one of them is that we don't put our hands on CM Punk. He is out of bounds. CM Punk is special to me. Like, I've got a deep relationship with CM Punk. That's something the tribal chief recognizes for me, right? And so that segment played out last year. And so it is interesting to think that Roman has now broken that agreement, right? In 2024, Paul Heyman revealed Roman Reigns made a special promise to never lay hands on CM Punk. Roman would end up breaking this promise when he returned on the 10th of March. So that's something I had actually forgotten about. It's a moment. Someone down here said, can you give me a refresh? Here. Was this televised or did I miss it? And it's this bit here. It's this bit. Check this out.
Solo, you're breaking commandments. Before Roman got on his jet after WrestleMania, there were several things that he said to me. He agreed that CM Punk was hands off. CM Punk is very personal to me.
So there we go. CM Punk is hands off. It's very personal to me. So, and Roman obviously coming back in March and smashing CM Punk, even though CM Punk is very personal to Paul Heyman. So, just I thought a very interesting extra level that was kind of all extra layer that had been added to this story. Just something worth being aware of. Okay, so that was the WWE folder. Let's go over... There's no other folder, actually. There was just loads in that WWE folder, so quite nice to have something quite meaty to get our teeth into. So Bianca getting ready for her guest ref spots. Here we have got ref Jess. She is training Bianca, right? It's a fun little clip.
You should now have found a black cable. Please do not pull it out. If you have already done so, please do not plug it back in. You should now have found a black cable. Please do not pull it out. If you have already done so, please do not plug it back in. You should now...
I thought it was a really fun little clip. So there we go. They're just going through a bit of like Mr. Miyagi wax on, wax off kind of moments there. Rockin' Rob said, I was randomly scrolling Facebook. I thought you'd appreciate this. So here, look, growing up, I told all my friends I'd met Stone Cold Steve Austin. Who the is this? So this kid thought he'd met Stone Cold. That ain't Stone Cold. That ain't Stone. That's lukewarm. That's lukewarm Tom. Lukewarm Tom. That ain't Stone Cold Steve Austin. So there we go. That's lukewarm Tom Boston. So that is very good. Right, Rhea Ripley said stupid pirate. So I'm thinking she doesn't win this. Here we go.
Watch me lose on the first one.
Pop off.
Ooh, I'm scared. Why am I scared?
Why are they playing this?
I'm about to win this. Probably. I'm about to win this.
Is this date night? Like, we all know about Rhea and Jey is like, is this his idea of like, hey, let's go over here and play pop-up pirate?
Oh God, that scared me. It's the noise it makes when you push it, yeah.
Okay. No, no. There's a lot of swords going in here, dude.
There is.
This is it. He about to pop off. He about to pop off.
Maybe.
I told you. I told you. Come on, pick.
No, yeet. Watch me lose on.
Mate, I don't think there's kids that have that much fun with that game. But there we go. So Rhea Ripley and Jey having a bit of a date night. So Casper, shout out to you. Even John Cena's dad has turned heel.
You and everybody else walking up to me, asking me what my son's gonna do. Why don't you ask my son what he's gonna do? And you know what you can do for me? You can pack your little bag, you both of you, and take a little walk and get your asses out of here.
There we go. So that was John Cena's dad just going on. He went off the other day at Bill Apter. We had that on Unseen, very famous wrestling journalist. And looks like he's having a little go at a couple of fans as well that wanted to talk to him about John Cena. That is legit John Cena's dad. Right, Miss Clown, shout out to you. Yeah, so, of course, we're going to be at the O2 for a little bit now. So I think it's SmackDown and Raw that's... so this whole weekend... WWE superstars are going to be in London, which is really exciting. So here we've got this that's been set up. So it says, before you head to the upcoming SmackDown and Raw in London, swing by the Virgin Media gamepad at the O2 to play 2K25. So there we go. You can stop by and play 2K25 at this kind of stand or whatever. I mean, it's huge. That is quite the stand that they've set up just outside the O2. If you've never been to the O2, you've actually got the arena here. You can sort of see it, right? So you actually go into this building, and this is where, you know, the arena is. And then you can see the top of it, kind of, you know, the O2, the tent, the top part. You can see that kind of coming down. So what it means is that all the way around the outside of the O2, it's kind of in the tent, but it's still outside the arena. It's a bit complicated. Basically, the arena does not take up the whole tent, but all the way around the outside, you've got shops, restaurants, stands, loads of different bits. I think there's a cinema that's in there. There's a second venue that's in there. There's inside that tent thing, there's loads. It's not just the arena. There's loads of bits. I think there's even an exhibition space as well that's in there. Like, there's loads of bits and bobs, restaurants and everything. So this just gives you a little glimpse of kind of the kind of stuff that's outside the actual arena part, but still underneath the roof of the O2. So, yeah, if you go in, you can check that out. Right, hey, look at this, Michin. Michin, she's got some Spice Girls music as well playing. My only wish was that Keith Lee could be in my pocket for these trips, but he's too big apparently. Until then, my travel besties will continue to explore it all. So these are her travel besties. These are her friends. That's as she goes around, there she is on Tower Bridge. Over in London town. Love that for her, seeing the sights. Very good. Ah, this is good. Arianna Grace says, I want answers.
I'm going to bust in here and find out why I wasn't put in the WWE video game this year.
Yeah. Let's go. Bum, 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 bum. Bum 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 ba-da-da, ba-da-ba. Shh, sorry. It's kind of fun to have a little look around, actually, in a moment. What is that?
I have a bone to pick.
There, that looks like MLS.
Excuse me?
There is actually a part of the WWE headquarters that they do allow other companies to use. They like rent it out. And I think MLS is one of them. So if you look at the logo on the desk, I think that is Major League Soccer.
For the games department, I have a bone to pick.
Huh?
Where am I?
Headquarters.
Hi, do you know where I can find 2K games?
Ooh, I'm not sure actually.
That's okay.
Hey, are you allowed to be in here?
That looks like it might be Smackdown, their food area. And it looks like they've got these props as well. I did wonder if this was Al Snow's head, maybe, like, but I don't know what this is. I don't know what the sticker on and everything is. But yeah, this is what it would be like to work there. You'd get a little cubicle, yeah. You'd get to your food from Smackdown. And this is like the area where you come in and go to work and leave. And yeah, I mean, it's nice, isn't it? It looks really good. Obviously, we've seen loads of bits and bobs take place here. They did a kickoff show, didn't they? I can't remember what it was for. But was it for the Rumble or something? They did some sort of launch thing. Or Netflix. I think it might have been the Netflix premiere kind of launch. They did a thing. And Kevin Owens was up there with the Winged Eagle. So, pretty fun place to visit, I would imagine, but you kind of need a reason to go. You can't just rock up, you know. So I don't think she got her answer anyway. Right, WWE Vault unearthed a rare 2015 NXT house show. How about this? I was asking for stuff like this. So back in 2015, they must have recorded a house show, a live event. And I don't think that was on the network before. So WWE Vault actually finding new content, things that we've not seen before, and putting it up. So I really want to check that out. I really want to watch that. 2015, what a great time. So good. Black and gold in its prime. I definitely want to check that out. So March 27th in California. I bet that's really good. There's Angel Garza in London. I mean, I don't think you need to say, to be honest. If people look at that picture and don't know where he is, I would say that's their problem, right? So, yeah, there he is in London. And, oh, yeah, this is pretty good. Las Vegas match, shout out to you. So, if we go over here and full screen, let's press play on this.
Morgan and Raquel were caught swimming in freezing water while in Italy. Liv couldn't handle the ice-cold water, and her reaction was priceless.
Here.
So cold. It's like the Titanic. Breathe. It's the Titanic. It's the Titanic. It's the Titanic.
Just keep saying it's the Titanic.
My chi-chis are out. My chi-chis.
She says her chi-chis are out or something like that, and I don't know what that is. I'm sure she says her chi-chis are out. But, yeah, she just keeps going, oh, my God, it's like the Titanic. It's like the Titanic. So, there we go. She was struggling a little bit with how cold that was. I think we've only got community and thanks to me. There's no, I just put everything into WWE today, either a WWE or fun. So, Muggsy, shout out to you. Got a couple of more of those wrist slap things. Well, I think look really good. I think they look great. So, Muggsy, shout out to you, buds. Tony said, when I told my husband I was interested in starting to collect WWE cards, he went overboard as usual. Definitely helped me. US get a good start on this adventure. So what have we got here? We've got, is that an Alexa Bliss signed? dude. Scarlett signed. Carrion signed. Alexa Bliss graded. Very nice. Very nice. That is special. That refractor, is that what it's called? And signed as well. So that looks awesome. They all look great though. So Tony, shout out to you. Raymond, shout out to you, getting a happy early birthday from Michin. I would say happy birthday, but we've still got a little bit to go. Yeah, still got a little bit to go, and I'm confident you'll get more of these, Raymond, as well, knowing you. So let's see who else wishes you a happy early birthday, buds. Andy said, I got the Dead Man one. People are loving them, aren't they? And that does look amazing, doesn't it? Come on, no one can tell me that doesn't look amazing. The Undertaker one does look absolutely awesome. So no one can tell me otherwise. Well, you can, but I won't believe you. I think it looks great. And here John said, Days, I just started my collection and these are my first two. Let's go. Let's go. I'm sensing you're a fan of CM Punk. I mean, that's sick, isn't it? That is sick. That is sick. But even that, old school, throwback, both of them are awesome. You could really build a really great Mattel CM Punk collection because he has had quite a few figures from Mattel. They made quite a few back in the day. And then obviously we went about 10 years without having any. And now they're starting to do even more. So if you are just starting a collection and it's CM Punk inspired, there's plenty for you to get there, buds. Plenty. And I'm sure they'll be making plenty more. Right, but there we go. That was Unseen. Let's go over to thanks. So our favorite, I've added favorite because I just read it there. Our wrestling podcast, OWP. Shout out to you, my friend. Appreciate it. You said my favorite morning wrestling show. I really appreciate that. I chucked that word into your name by as a result of seeing it there. CM Chunk, shout out to you. Lynette, shout out to you. Parker Tiffy Time, shout out to you, buds. Wrestling's biggest fan, thank you, my friend. Parker Tiffy Time, tagging me in the Bianca clip. World Hardcore Wrestling, shout out to you. Wrestling's biggest fan, shout out to you. Shaq Diesel, shout out to you, my friends. Bradley, appreciate it, bud. Sweet Chin Wrestling, shout out to you. Raymond, shout out to you, buds. Babs the Barbarian, thank you, my friends. Praying User Sports, thank you, buds. Claire Webb, shout out to you. Big Bam, shout out to you, buds. Enigma, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Phantom 67, shout out to you. Las Vegas Mats, thank you, my friend. Larry, shout out to you. Dark Phoenix Tees, appreciate the support. And King Yeet Newsletter, thank you, my friend. Big thank you for all the support. It really is appreciated. It makes such a difference to the channel. And we will be back tomorrow with 2 Smackdowns. We do 2 because there's one for when it airs live on Netflix, and then one for when it airs later in the USA. So we are starting to get towards the end of this European tour, though. So that'll be, I think, music to quite a few people's ears. But yeah, I think it's been good for the European fans to be able to watch the shows at a more reasonable time. But personally, I can't wait to get back to normal. I kind of miss my usual routine, my usual schedule. So it'll be kind of nice to kind of get back to normal. But right, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you at some point on one of those SmackDown streams tomorrow. And I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.